The watch I wore most this year
by far is
The watch I wore most end-of-year video or article has been part of the watch world for over a decade now, but it's always from publishers or people who work within the watch industry. Here, we're about the collectors. So we invited our own members and our own watch collectors that are part of the Watch Society on to talk about the watch they wore most in 2025. So let's get into it.
Hello everyone, I'm Angel from Mexico, and the watch I wore the most in 2025 was my Omega Seamaster GMT, call it the Great White. This is a very special watch because it's my first Omega, so I love it, and I change a lot of straps during the year. Nowadays it's a white, but also I used to wear it with red and with black in the bracelet. So this is a very special watch for me and the War Most 2025. Happy holidays and Happy New Year to everyone.
Hey everyone, the watch that I wore most in 2025 is this. This is my Rolex 16753, otherwise known as the original root beer. I love this reference so much because it gets a little bit less love than its Pepsi sibling. I think though the nipple dial, that faded bezel, for me, it adds something that I don't really get out of any of my other watches. I also sold my first ever watch, which was a modern Submariner, to fund this, and I don't regret it. Anyway, have a lovely, happy holiday season, and I'll see you in the new year.
Hey everybody, Giancarlo here from the Atlanta Watch Society. And the watch that I wore most in 2025 is definitely my F.P.Journe Elegance in the white dial. It was a watch that I waited close to 2.5 years for and was very excited to receive it, so I definitely put it to good use. Anyway, have a great holiday, everyone, and shout out to my boy Mervin from F.P.Journe Collectors Club as well, rocking the hat and the watch. Take care.
For my watch in 2025, it's my Rolex Bruce Wayne Jubilee, and my first GMT watch and my first Jubilee watch from Rolex. Wore it a ton, traveled with it for corporate events. And to me, it's a phenomenal dress-up watch, dress-down watch, and love it. Was incredibly pleased that the AD was able to get it to me for a milestone birthday in the very end of the calendar year 2024. So with that being said, have a wonderful new year, and shout out to all of my friends and brothers and sisters in the collective. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
What's up, everyone? Happy holidays. This is Alicia Reese, representing the Atlanta Watch Society. I'd have to say my most popular, my most favorite watch that I wore in 2025 has to be my Vacheron Constantin Overseas Blue Dial. It's the 4600V, coming in at 34.5 millimeters. Between the 3 straps that you get, the integrated bracelets with the silicone, the stainless steel, and leather bracelet, and my favorite color, it's the most versatile and just super functional watch that I've got, and I love it. Happy holidays.
The watch I wore most this year is my Omega Seamaster 300 Professional. I had put off purchasing the watch for a few years because I always thought it was too big for my wrists, but I've been very happy with the purchase, and it's gotten a lot of wrist time this year. And I hope everyone at AWS and beyond has a wonderful holidays.
What is going on? My name is Jeremy, and you may know me as Time Peace Love on Instagram. And the watch that I connected with and wore the most is the Mad 2 from Mad Editions. I just wanted something different. It's the first time that I have a watch that is a jumping hour with trailing minutes. I've been a huge fan of MB&F for quite some time. It's an honor to have something like this in my collection. Also, I used to be a DJ in high school, so the fact that this piece has design cues of vinyl, Techniques 1200s turntables, the stroboscopic rotor that powers the watch. Everything is therapeutic, everything is interesting. It's art on the wrist. Cheers, everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is Nathaniel. Some of you may know me as the Ghost of Yiddish Gambino on the Watch Hangout on YouTube and a few other channels. And the watch that I wore the most in 2025 is probably no shocker to anybody that knows me, but it is my Invicta Reserve chronograph quartz. This watch, it meets the very definition of the go nowhere and do nothing watch. Some people like go anywhere and do anything, but I go a different direction. This is the kind of watch that makes women scream and run away in horror, children cry, and watch collectors vomit. And that's just what I'm looking for in a watch. A chronograph that has no working chronograph function and weighs approximately the same mass as a dwarf star. So for me, nothing better than the 55 millimeter Invicta Reserve chronograph, my most worn watch in 2025. Happy holidays to you and your family.
All right. Well, my favorite of 2025 is the neo-vintage Patek Philippe Aquanaut 5065A. It's the perfect size at 38 millimeters. Maybe if I lose a few more pounds, I can squeeze into a 5066. But for now, this one is perfect. Has the classic grenade dial, Geneva seal on the movement, and it was a personal grail for me. I wish everyone the best in 2026, and I'll see you soon.
Hi, Kelly Yock, and the watch that I wore the most this year is definitely my Cartier Santos Dumont. It is thin as a dollar. It's so light and easy to wear. I love a manually wound watch for so many reasons. It gives you that connection every morning to wind your watch. And even though I moved to Florida, I'm wearing a ton of color. Black is still my favorite color for any accessory that I own.
The watch that I wore most this year was my 36 millimeter Rolex Explorer 1 14270. I really appreciated the versatility of this watch, whether I was wearing a suit or lounging around the house. It was really the one watch to do it all. Happy holidays.
Hi everyone, this is Andre. The watch that I wore most this year is my iconic white ceramic bezel, ceramic crown, carbon dial. Has a 60-hour power reserve. I added this watch this summer and didn't take it off since. I wish all you guys a happy holidays.
Hi guys, Lucy aka the Watchbox Diaries here. Now I have cheated a little bit with my most worn watch of 2025 and picked two just because it's been a pretty even split this year. First up is my Cherry Blossom, so my SBGA 413 Grand Seiko. She was a 30th birthday present a couple of years back from my other half, and I'm still absolutely obsessed with her. She's a forever love. But my other one is actually my Christopher Ward Bel Canto. It had to go away for repair earlier this year, and I didn't realise how much I would miss it. So when I got it back, it barely left my wrist, and it's been a surprising strap monster. Want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and give all of my love to the Watch Society.
The watch that I wore most in 2025 was the Christopher Ward Vacheron Bel Canto for the Watch Society. We actually helped design this, me and my wife, not the cat. It's a beautiful watch. We made 100 of them, sold out. There's 100 people that somehow appreciated what we do here at the Watch Society, from our members and our friends. And I think the design is absolutely gorgeous. I love this watch to begin with. The first time I had a Bel Canto on the wrist, I just couldn't put it down because I love that hourly reminder ding. And that be able to design one and bring it out for the watch group you're a part of is an amazing thing. And I think Christopher Ward did a great job. I think this watch is beautiful, and I hope the 100 other people that have it really enjoy it as well.
Jan Andretti here, live from New York, next to my self-portrait. And the watch I wore most in 2025 is this Jacob & Co. Epic X Skeleton. What I love most about this watch is the lugs that form an X that go into the vertical bridges. I love the skeletonization. I love the honeycomb strap. Orange is my favorite color. The Jacob & Co. Epic X is the entry-level watch. Jacob is a legend in New York. The watches are incredible. And the anti-reflective coating is the best that I've seen on any watch. Nothing pet peeves me more than when I take a photo or video of a watch and I see my own reflection in it. Signing out.
I was recently asked what watch I wore the most this past year. And I thought back and I looked at the idea of my IWC on Janor. I was able to get this watch while I was at Watches and Wonder and was able to place an order. And while I was, the great team at IWC asked me what number I would want for my limited edition. And I thought to myself, why would I not want number 908, which is my birthday, September 8th. And then I was able to get it before my daughter's high school graduation. And I was able to wear this on my daughter's high school graduation day, which was a phenomenal memory. And because of that, I've worn this watch the most this past year. Happy holidays.
For me in 2025, the watch I wore the most was my Mosier Streamlighter with the hammered enamel blue dial. This thing is absolutely spectacular. I had to wait a long time for it, but it was absolutely well worth the wait. The bracelet on this watch is one of the most comfortable I've ever had. The back of the watch is ridiculous in detail, micro rotor. It's just a stunning watch. It's one of the very few watches that I wear that the longer I have it, every time I look at it, there's some new detail that I've picked up that I just have never seen before. It's my only time-only watch. I absolutely love this watch. Moser knocked it out of the park with this one. 2025 would have been a boring year without this watch. Thanks, man.
The watch I wore the most in 2025 was my F.P.Journe red gold sport line automatic. I love this watch. It's a big watch. It's a heavy watch. It's 44 millimeters in diameter. And at first, I thought it was going to be more of a dress watch because it was gold. But as I got to know the community a little bit more and talked to some people, I realized that it was really a watch that could be worn with anything. So I love wearing it with jeans and a t-shirt, or I love wearing it under a tuxedo when I'm going to a gala. So by far, I've had this watch getting close to a year now. And it is by far my favorite watch in my collection. Thanks. Happy holidays.
Hey everybody, this is Ash from the Bahamas Watch Society. The watch I wore the most this year by far is my Omega Seamaster 300M wide dial. I got this watch late last year for my 40th birthday and it has barely come off the wrist since. It is beautiful, it is classic. On the rubber strap, it just sings in a warm Bahamian weather and I absolutely love this watch. I can't think of a better watch to have spent 2025 with. I hope you all have an amazing festive season and I look forward to an amazing 2026. Cheers.
Hey everybody, Blake here from the Vegas Watch Society and the Lonely Wrist podcast, and it is that time of the year where we talk about our most worn watch of 2025, and for me it has to be the Young Hans Max Bill Mega Solar. And what I loved about this watch is it's light, it's thin, it wears really well, it's comfortable, and it's a beautiful watch, and of course it's solar powered and radio controlled. So that is my pick of 2025. I am curious to see the rest of what you guys chose. Thank you, Mark and GC, for allowing me to do this, and I will see you guys in Vegas.
Hey, Atlanta Watch Society. My name is Marco, and the watch I wore the most in 2025 was for sure my Patek Philippe regulator dial annual calendar reference 5235R. I love the size, I love the proportions, I love the movement of this watch. It's been an absolute joy to wear, so much so that I got this back in March of this year, and I haven't taken it off my wrist pretty much other than maybe 2 weeks out of the year. It's been a real joy, and I can't wait to wear it and enjoy it more in 2026.
Hi, everybody. The watch I wore the most this year is my Patek Philippe 5712 1A. Incredible timepiece, made in steel, something that I truly cherish. Incredible relationship watch from someone really near and dear to me. A watch that I very rarely take off my wrist. It's pretty much always on my wrist when I go out of the house. And I'm very honored and privileged to own this watch. I hope everybody has an incredible, blessed, happy, and healthy holiday season and New Year. 5712 1A is my most worn watch of 2025.
Greetings everyone. So the watch that I wore the most this year has been my Ming 1801 diver. Now this was a titanium diver which Ming brought out a couple of years ago, and this is quintessential Ming, the design ethos. I just love this watch. It's an excellent daily wear, and for some reason I can never see myself selling this watch. If I had to have one Ming in my collection for the rest of my life, this is the watch that I would keep.
Hello everyone, this is Vince D, also known as the Capture Time on Instagram, and the watch that I wore the most this year is the Grand Seiko SBGE 279. It's a spring drive GMT JDM model with a morning frost dial, but the main reason I like it so much is because I bought it with my family on our holiday in Japan.
The watch I wore most this year is my Laurent Ferrier Gallet Micro Rotor. It's always been my favorite watch, but I just didn't wear it as much as I might have because of the black croc strap that came with it. Too hot for a Georgia summer and very dressy in appearance. Finally, this year I got over my fear of changing straps, and turns out that this watch is a real strap monster. It spent most of its summer on an orange rubber sailcloth Jean Rousseau strap. So now there's nothing I can't wear it with, summer, winter, casual, dressy. Great way to spend time with my favorite watch.
This year, the watch I wore the most, boy, I'd love to say something fun, different, but it was my Casio G-Shock GW 5000U. Yeah, this thing looks as though it costs about $50, but I wear it every day. I take it to the operating room, I bump into doors, carts, and equipment, and this thing just acts like nothing ever happened. The best part is that the time is always accurate, every single day. Radio-controlled updates keep it on time even when I'm not, and solar charging means that I never have to worry about the battery. So this watch is reliable, it's tough, it's completely unfazed by life, and it's very inconspicuous. It's basically the version of myself that I strive to become. So that's my most worn watch of 2025.
Hi everybody. In 2025, the watch I wore the most was this watch, Patek Philippe Calatrava Pilot's Time. Just love the watch. It's a really pretty watch. I think it's not kind of their usual look, and I love the pushers, and I like the unique ability it has to display time zones differently with just the push of the button. So also, it's not just one watch, it's this watch plus 6 other ones, because I have all these other straps I can put on the watch, and so I like the ability to be able to change out things whenever you like. So you always have a different look and the functionality of the watch. Plus, it's beautifully made. If you look at the movement in the back, it's just really spectacular. So that's the watch I found myself wearing the most in various guises throughout the year. So I hope you have a great 2026. Thanks for letting me be part of the team.
The watch I wore the most this year is this Ming Uni. I purchased it in January to commemorate the birth of my daughter. What I enjoy most about this is its comfortable rubber straps, the uniqueness of the rotating dial, and the slim profile of this watch. Thank you everyone, and wishing everyone happy holidays.
Hey guys, so the watch I wore the most in 2025, believe it or not, is going to be this Tudor Black Bay 54. Perfect size, 37 millimeters. It's the do-it-all. It's the weekend warrior. It's the daily beater. It's just does everything. It looks great doing it. Has a slight patina to it. So I love that watch.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Arossi here with the Atlanta Watch Society. And the watch I wore most in 2025 is, without question, my uncle's white gold Breguet Marine Alarm. This is reference number 5847BB, I believe. Really cool take on a dive watch from Breguet. It's massive. It's built like a tank. It looks like it was forged in like a Soviet foundry in 1930 or something like that. But it feels really good on the wrist. It's the heaviest watch I've ever worn in my entire life. If you've ever worn one, you'll probably agree. But again, typical Breguet fashion, really nice finishing, guilloche on the dial, really cool movement finishing as well. And it's got a mechanical alarm, which is one of my favorite things in life. I work in the music industry, so it's cool to have something on my wrist that makes sound. That's not a digital watch. Let me see if you can hear it. Check this out. Yeah, you can see the movement. Really cool. So anyway, most worn watch of 2025, Breguet Marine Alarm. Shout out to Giancarlo and Mark for having me in the society in general, but allowing me to make this video in particular. Happy holidays, everybody. Have a good year.